Welcome back to Hearts and Minds Sales Training. Today is January 9th, 2026, and we're picking up where we left off yesterday, talking about item number 3 on our top 4 things to do to help grow your business. And you remember yesterday we talked a little bit about staying in contact with your clients and the fact that there's no part-time work when it comes to sales. You just can't do it. If you do part-time work, you're going to get part-time results. Say that with me again. If you do part-time work, you're going to get part-time results. So what we're about here is showing you how to get the results that you really want. And that's one of those key aspects of that is to stay in contact with your clients. And we talked about making phone calls. We talked about writing thank you cards and things like that. But I want to get a little bit more granular on some of those things and let's talk about it. So I think one of the hardest things for people to do when it comes to sales is to pick up that telephone. Matter of fact, if you've ever heard of the Mortgage Marketing Animals, they have a saying where they talk about the phone being Thor's hammer. And you know the saying about Thor's hammer, only the worthy ones can pick it up. And it's the same thing with that telephone. It feels like Thor's hammer to pick that thing up and put it to your ear and make that first phone call. But you need to make that a daily habit. You need to make it a habit, no matter what kind of sales you're in, to be calling somebody every day. And you want to call your top prospects, whoever that is, and you don't want to just call them up for no reason whatsoever. You need to be bringing something of value when you call. And, it could be you've got a new product you need to talk to them about, or it could be that you're letting past clients, like in my business doing mortgages, I'm letting them know interest rates have changed and maybe they need to think about refinancing, that kind of thing. So I've got a purpose behind the phone call. But sometimes the purpose can be something as simple as, you've jotted down a note that as you talk to them. By the way, taking notes is a key to closing sales. Asking questions and taking good notes. So let's say your prospect, you talk to them about their family, and you found out that their kid is playing a soccer tournament on Friday. You might want to call them on Saturday or Monday morning and say, hey, how did little Johnny do at the soccer tournament? Or how did little Sally do it, playing soccer? How did that come out for them? And it shows them you care about them as more than a client, that you're making this connection, this personal connection. And you know what you're going to find is, if you don't know this already, people love to talk about themselves. They really do. So you just need to give them a chance to talk and to be a friend. A lot of their family and friends don't even call to check on Johnny and Sally to see how they're doing. So that's really going to stand out to them. Or what if they tell you, they've got a special anniversary coming up? You might want to send them a thank you card or make a phone call and say, hey, happy anniversary, folks. So glad you made it another year, and I hope you've got a special night planned, that kind of thing. Anything that's going to help you show your client, and you need to be genuine about it, okay? So many people, I think they look at sales like it's some kind of game. And sales is just a different type of relationship. You're building trust with folks. You're caring about people and their needs more than you care about your own. And you've heard me say before, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that is so true. Sales is a caring business. Sales is a relationship business. If you're going to be in this, like I talked about yesterday, for that one transaction, you're not going to last very long. Probably don't need to get in sales at all, because you're going to run out of new prospects if that's all you're doing is trying to close, this deal and maybe that deal, but you're not thinking about next year and the year after that and the year after that. So you want to do such a good job at staying in contact with people. You want to keep your name on top of their mind. So when someone asks for referral and it's for something that you do, it's easy for that client to say, hey, you need to talk to my guy, Eddie. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. You want to build those friendships. He's a friend of mine. He'll take good care of you. He cares about more than just making a sale. He's going to be honest. He's going to tell you the truth. That's the reputation you want to have. And if you do that, you're going to build a business that will be like a perpetual motion machine. It won't stop until you stop. So that's the goal, right? Is to stay in constant contact with people, is to make those phone calls. So on Monday, you ought to be calling people that are referring business to you and say, hey, how'd it go this weekend? Do you have anybody I can help out? And it just depends on the kind of sales you're in, again, of what that might look like. Maybe Tuesday's a better day to call those people who are referring people to you. But every day, you need to be calling 20 or 30 people. I know that sounds like a lot, but that shouldn't take you more than an hour or so. And we're going to talk about this a little later on, but you want to get into something called time blocking. You want to block your day off into sections. So between like 9 o'clock and 11, you're going to make phone calls, and that's all you're going to do. And then you're going to take a small break. Then you're going to sit down and you're going to, now listen, we all get busy on the internet, right? We get into our emails. Don't look at your emails. Don't look at the internet. Take care of those phone calls first. When you get done taking care of the phone calls, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to sit down and I want you to write 5 handwritten thank you notes every week. Now, not to the same people. I want you to find 5 people every week that you can send a thank you card to. All right? That's a handwritten note, just staying in touch with people. You could just say something like, hey, I appreciate you as a client. If there's anything I can ever do for you, I just want to remind you I'm here. And here's a couple of my business cards. If you know anybody looking for the services I provide, I would really appreciate you telling them about me and passing these cards on. And do that once a week, 5 people. You don't have any understanding about what that's going to do for your business. If you can do that several times a week, more power to you. Then you can get on your email and start looking at emails and answering emails. Then you can start doing other business activities that you need to take care of. But you need to take care of your future first. So on Monday morning, Tuesday morning, whatever day it might fall on, you're going to make those 30 calls. You're going to send those 5 thank you cards. The more days a week you dedicate to that, the more you're going to grow your business and the more successful you're going to be, because you're going to make more connections with people and they're going to know it's coming from your heart. You're not just trying to put money in your wallet. Now, the end result is it's going to be income for you. But that's not the reason to call. The reason to call is because you care about people. If you don't care about people, quit now. Just quit. Go find something else to do where you don't have to care about people. I don't know too many businesses where customer care shouldn't be number one. But if that's you, then you need to find something you can do where it just really doesn't matter what kind of customer relationship you're going to have. You're going to have a paycheck, maybe an hourly job doing something tedious, down at the local, tinker shop where you can build something in a warehouse or something. I don't know. But if you want to grow your business and grow your influence with people, you're going to make those phone calls. You're going to send those thank you cards. I hope you put this to practice. God bless you, and we'll see you on Monday.